$1,200 a month. Fresh sheets every week. No credit check, no background check, no lease. Sounds like a dream, right? Wrong. It's America's newest housing crisis hiding in plain sight. Right now, thousands of families are living full-time in extended-stay hotels. Not vacationing, not traveling, living. Cooking dinner on 2-burner stovetops. Raising kids in 300-square-foot rooms, storing their entire lives in plastic bins under beds. And here's the part that'll blow your mind. They say it's better than renting an apartment. I'm about to take you into a world most people drive past every single day without noticing. A world where housekeeping is your landlord, where 28 days is the magic number that can get you kicked out, and where families of 7 are making it work in spaces smaller than your garage. This isn't about being homeless. This is about being homeless secure in 2026 America. These are real stories. Real people sharing their experiences online. Let me introduce you to Sarah. She's cooking her mom's comfort meal tonight, except she's not in her mom's kitchen. She's not even in her kitchen. She's in a hotel room with her husband. 3 kids, and baby number 5 on the way. Her stove? 2 burners that came with the room. Her oven? A toaster oven from Walmart. Her rent? $307 a week. That's $1,228 a month if you're doing the math. Wait, you're thinking. That's more than some apartments. Exactly. But here's what Sarah didn't have to do. No first month's rent, no last month's rent, no security deposit, usually $1,000 plus. No credit check, her credit's probably shot. No proof of income at 3x the rent. No waiting weeks for utilities to get turned on. No furniture to buy, no lawn to mow, no pipes to fix when they burst at 2 a.m. She walked in with $307 and a suitcase. That's it. The math is brutal but simple. Coming up with $4,000 or $5,000 to move into an apartment? Impossible. Coming up with $307 this week? Barely possible. Now meet Marcus. He's been living at an extended stay for 2 weeks and he's actually loving it. Every day I come back to a made bed, he says, grinning at the camera. Fresh towels, coffee made for me, breakfast waiting, there's a pool out back. He's treating it like a permanent vacation. No wife nagging him about chores. His words, not mine. Don't come for me in the comments. Everything's done for you. But then there's the couple with 2 cats. They've turned their single hotel room into a full apartment. Custom shelving, a bidet installed on the hotel toilet. Gaming setup, cat trees, an entire storage section for TikTok shop products. They're paying $2,500 a month, every month. That's $18,000 a year for a hotel room they can never truly own. Here's where it gets interesting. The woman who posted that video said something that stopped me cold. No bugs, no cockroaches, no drug activity, no drama. Peaceful and quiet. She's describing a hotel like it's a luxury compared to apartments in her price range. Let that sink in. When a hotel room with no kitchen, no real privacy, and strangers on the other side of paper-thin walls is an upgrade from what you can afford in an actual apartment, something is deeply broken. Let's talk money. Real money. The kind that keeps people up at night. Average apartment move-in costs in 2025. First month's rent, $1,500. Last month's rent, $1,500. Security deposit, $1,500. Application fees, $50. $100. Utility deposits, $200. $400. Furniture if you don't have it, $1,000 plus. Total, $5,000, $7,000 minimum. Hotel move-in costs. First week's rent, $300, $400. Total, $300, $400. See the problem? But wait, it gets more complicated. Because hotels have a dirty little secret, the 28-day rule. Remember I said 28 days was a magic number? Here's why. In many states, if you stay somewhere for 30 days, you can claim residency rights. That means the hotel can't just kick you out. They'd have to formally evict you, which takes time and costs money. Hotels hate this, so what do? They force you to switch rooms every 28 days. Different room number. New key card. Pack everything up. Move down the hall. One family said they had been bouncing between Tennessee, Georgia, and Mississippi hotels for months. They joked about which state they should claim on their taxes. But it's not really funny when you think about it. These are families who can't put down roots, can't register their kids at a stable school, can't tell their employer a permanent address. They're residentially displaced while technically having a roof over their heads. Most of these people are working. They have jobs. They show up every day. They're not asking for handouts. They just can't afford the upfront costs of traditional housing. This isn't a story about people who won't work. It's a story about people who work and still can't afford to live like humans did 20 years ago. Let me paint you a picture of what daily life actually looks like. Morning. Wake up in a bed 3 feet from your kitchen. Your kitchen is a mini fridge, a microwave, and if you're lucky, 2 electric burners. Breakfast. Your kid wants cereal. You have milk, but the mini fridge's freezer doesn't actually freeze, so you bought one of those styrofoam coolers and you fill it with ice from the machine down the hall every day. Getting ready. You, your spouse, and 3 kids share one bathroom. 1. There's a sink outside the bathroom. Helpful. But washing dishes in the same sink you brush your teeth in? Less helpful. Laundry. Some extended stays have coin laundry. $2 to wash, $2 to dry. That's $4 per load. With kids? You're doing laundry constantly. That's another $50 or $80 a month minimum. Privacy. What privacy? Your kids do homework on the bed while you cook dinner 2 feet away. Family movie night means everyone crowds onto one bed. Arguments? Everyone hears everything. Storage. Remember that collection of holiday decorations in your garage? Your grandmother's china? Your kids' baby clothes you were saving? Gone. Donated. Sold. Or in a storage unit that costs another $100 a month. Your entire life fits in boxes that slide under the bed. But here's what nobody talks about. The invisible costs of hotel living. Cost number 1. The psychological toll. One mom described it perfectly. You get used to living out of boxes. Think about that phrase. Get used to living out of boxes. Not unpacking, not settling in, getting used to never fully unpacking. Kids growing up thinking this is normal, that home is temporary, that you never really get comfortable anywhere. Cost number 2. The lockout risk. The card reader batteries die. Sounds minor, right? Except when it happens at 11 p.m. when you just got off a double shift and you can't get into your room. You wait and wait for maintenance to come replace batteries and test the system, with your kids sitting in the hallway getting tired and cranky. In an apartment, that's your lock, your key, your problem to solve on your timeline. Cost number 3. The double booking nightmare. This happened to multiple people. Front desk gives someone else a key to your occupied room. They open the door, walk in on you and your family. 3 different hotels, same story. Imagine that level of violation of privacy. Now imagine you're paying $1,500 a month for the privilege. Cost number 4. The tax trap. Plot twist. Here's something wild that one long-term resident revealed. After 30 days, you're technically exempt from hotel occupancy taxes in many states, but hotels don't automatically remove them. You have to ask. And most people don't know to ask, so they've been paying an extra 10–15% for months, maybe years. Do the math. 15% on $1,500 a month is $225. Over a year, $20,700. That's money these families desperately need, just vanishing into taxes they don't legally owe. One woman said when she asked them to remove the taxes, she had a credit on her account. Days of free rent she didn't even know about, but it's not all doom and gloom. Because here's what's actually beautiful about some of these stories. These families are adapting. The couple with the bidet and the cat trees, they've made that room a home. Gaming setup, organized storage. They're not just surviving, they're creating a life. The mom cooking her comfort meal on 2 burners. She's passing down family recipes to her kids, teaching them that home isn't about square footage, it's about the people in it. The guy enjoying his permanent vacation, he's reframing his entire perspective on what living well means. These people are showing resilience in the face of a system that's completely failed them. So what does all this mean? Social media has exposed something economists have known for years, but most Americans haven't seen. Hidden homelessness. These aren't people sleeping in tents under bridges. These aren't people in shelters. These are people going to work, dropping kids at school, shopping at Target, and living in extended stay America. You pass them every day and never know. The family of 7 navigating homelessness while living in a hotel. That's the perfect phrase, isn't it? They have a roof, 4 walls, a door that locks. But they're one bad week away from actually being on the street. Because here's the truth. Hotel living is a band-aid, not a solution. You can't build equity. Can't improve your credit. Can't save for a down payment when you're paying $18,000 a year for a single room. You're stuck in what economists call a poverty trap, making enough to survive week to week, but never enough to escape to something better. The woman in the video said it best. Life isn't always perfect. Some of us have harder times. We take different roads. But it's not about what you get. It's about appreciating what you got. That's beautiful and heartbreaking. Because she shouldn't have to be grateful for $2,200 a month hotel living with her kids. She should be able to afford an actual apartment with a real kitchen and bedrooms and space for her children to be children. The real question is, how did we get here? How did a country as wealthy as America create a system where working families can't afford the upfront costs of housing, where a hotel room is the most accessible option? The answers are complicated. Wages haven't kept up with housing costs for 30-plus years. Credit requirements have gotten stricter. Rental applications want proof of income at 3x the rent, meaning you need to make $4,800 a month to afford a $1,500 apartment. Housing inventory is low. Investment companies are buying up affordable housing. Eviction records make it nearly impossible to rent again. It's a perfect storm. And extended stay hotels have become the lifeboat. Housing in America has become so unaffordable that people are creating alternatives. Van life, RV living, and now hotels. But here's what makes hotel living different. It's invisible. These families aren't on the streets, they're not in shelters. From the outside, everything looks fine. The kids go to school, the parents go to work, they have an address where they can receive mail. But they're one missed payment away from nothing, one hotel policy change away from the street, one 28-day limit away from packing everything up and starting over somewhere new. This is what housing instability looks like in 2026. Not tent cities, hotel rooms. And the number of people doing this, it's growing. It's a symptom of a housing market that's failed millions of people, of a rental system designed to keep people out, of wages that haven't kept pace with costs, of a country where having bad credit or an eviction on your record can lock you out of housing permanently. These people aren't choosing hotels because they want to. They're choosing hotels because it's the only door that's still open, and that should terrify all of us. Because how many of us are one job loss away from the same decision? One medical bill? One rent increase? The woman cooking dinner in that hotel room said something I can't forget. This works for us, it works for me. But the question we should all be asking is, should anyone have to make this work? If you think conversations like this need to happen more often, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and see you in the next one.